Deposition demeanor. Or maybe the biggest mistake that I see people make in depositions. My name's Rachel King. I'm a strategic litigator, and I'm about to tell you what I think is the biggest mistake made during somebody who is being deposed. All right, so depositions are quite different than being on the stand in a courthouse. The conversations or the dialogue can be much more casual, much more colloquial. Oftentimes attorneys will show up in more casual attire, maybe not a jacket. Sometimes I've seen attorneys in jeans, sweatshirts. It can be very, very calming, and it can also be very more casual, which can cause the person that's being deposed to maybe get a little more comfortable than they should, especially with the attorney that's deposing them. What happens, where the mistake is made, is that when the person that's getting deposed gets a little too casual, gets a little too comfortable, thinks that we're all buddy-buddy going through this, they volunteer to talk. Well, here's what happens. When you answer a question and then the question ends and there's maybe a pause while the attorney regroups or figures out where they want to go next, oftentimes because it's casual, we're all just kind of shooting it. I was going to say shooting the shit, but maybe I shouldn't. Then the person that's being deposed will converse. They will say something. They'll explain. They'll say, oh, remember but this one time. Well, guess what? I may not have known about that, and I maybe didn't have a question, but now I'm going to ask about it because you volunteered information. This is a lot different than and less likely than when you're on the stand in court, because in court it's very nervous. You have a judge watching you. Everybody's much more formal. It can be a lot easier for somebody who's getting deposed to find themselves getting sucked into a more conversational dialogue where they're volunteering information. This will be used in the deposition, and while they feel much more casual, they are just as important, and everything you say is under oath, and it's going to come right back in court. So the next time you're in a deposition, try and remember that it is equivalent to being in court. I always recommend that my clients dress as though they're going to be in court so they can feel more formal, and you really want to treat it as a formal court proceeding. The person that's deposing you is not your friend.